तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। भूर्भुवस्सुवः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
ఆనాడు జనక మహారాజు తన సమావేశం లోపల తనకు ఎవరు ఈ యొక్క పట్టమును అందించాలి అనేటువంటి విచారణ జరిపినప్పుడు,
in that congregation, when the king Janaka wanted to know from whose hands he is to receive the degree,
గొప్ప పండితుడైనటువంటి యాజ్ఞవల్కుడు ఉండినప్పటికీ,
though a mighty scholar Yajnavalkya was there,
కానీ గార్గి చేతనే తాను పట్టమును అందుకున్నాడు.
she received the degree there at the convocation from the hands of Gargi.
ఆనాటి ప్రవరులు, ఆనాటి యోగులు, ఆనాటి మహర్షులు కూడాను స్త్రీలకు ఇన్ని విధమైనటువంటి గౌరవాన్ని అందిస్తూ వచ్చారు.
Citizens, sages and saints respected women in those days.
స్వార్థ స్వప్రయోజనంతో కూడినటువంటి యొక్క పురుషుడు ఈ స్త్రీల యొక్క విలువను క్రమక్రమేణా తగ్గించుతూ వచ్చారు.
Man full of selfishness and self-interest started disrespecting the woman day by day.
కేవలం పురుషులే కాదు, కొంతమంది సన్యాసులు, మహనీయులు వీరు కూడాను ఈ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క భావమును పురస్కరించుకొని స్త్రీలకు ఉన్నత స్థానం అందించలేకపోయారు.
Not only men alone, people of total sacrifice, noble people, so-called great people, also started disrespecting women.
మతంగ మహర్షి భక్తురాలైనటువంటి యొక్క శబరిని తన ఆశ్రమంలో చేర్చుకోవడానికి అనేక మంది ఋషులు అడ్డు తిరిగారు.
When the sage Matanga wanted to have this lady Shabari in his ashram, many sages objected.
శబరి సద్గుణవంతురాలు,
Shabari,
సదాచారవంతురాలు, సత్శీలవంతురాలు.
Shabari is virtuous, noble, full of character.
అట్టి పవిత్రమైనటువంటి హృదయాన్ని గుర్తించినటువంటి మహర్షులు కాబట్టి మతంగుడు ఆమెకు అవకాశం ఇచ్చాడు.
Sage Matanga could know that Shabari is a sacred soul and therefore gave place in his hermitage.
గుర్తించుకోవడానికి కూడా ఒక ప్రాప్తి ఉండాలి.
In fact, one should deserve to know the chastity, the character of a woman.
కానీ ఈ కలియుగ ప్రభావం చేత,
because of the effects of Kali,
ఈ యొక్క చదువు సంధ్యల చేత,
because of modern education,
కేవలము స్త్రీలంటే ఒక ఆటబొమ్మలుగా వారు భావిస్తూ ఉన్నారు.
they consider women as toys or puppets.
కాదు కాదు.
No.
దేశమును ఉద్ధరించేటువంటి వారు,
in fact they are the emancipated,
దేశమునకు ఆదర్శాన్ని అందించేటువంటి వారు,
they are the true ideal,
దేశం యొక్క మంగళకరమైనటువంటి యొక్క గుణగణములు ప్రకటించేటువంటి వారు,
they have got all the auspicious qualities.
స్త్రీలే.
They are women alone.
ఈ సత్యాన్ని వారు గుర్తించుకోవడానికి ప్రయత్నించడం లేదు.
They have not made any attempt to know this truth.
గుర్తించినప్పటికీ వారు దానిని ఏమాత్రం కూడా లక్ష్యం చేయటం లేదు.
Though they recognized, they were not mindful of it.
ఇదే పురుషుల యొక్క అలక్ష్యము.
This is the total negligence of man.
కేవలం స్త్రీలను ఒక వంటవారిగా, ఒక వంటింటి అధికారిగా భావించుకొని, అనుభవించుకొని ఈ యొక్క సంతోషాన్ని అనుభవిస్తూ కేవలం స్త్రీల యొక్క శక్తి సామర్థ్యాన్ని మర్చిపోతూ వచ్చారు.
Women were treated as cooks, confined to the four walls of the kitchen. Man started enjoying all her services, forgetting their capacities, potentialities and the power.
ఉండడానికి మూల కారణం ఏమిటి?
What is the main cause behind this?
ఇల్లాలు ఆ పేరుకు తగినటువంటి సార్థకతను సాధించే నిమిత్తమై ఆ ఇంటిలో వంటలనంత వండుకొని పతులకు, పిల్లలకు సరైనటువంటి ఆరోగ్య ఆనందమును అందించే నిమిత్తమై పవిత్రమైన ఆహారాన్ని ఆవిర్భవింపచేస్తూ వచ్చారు.
Woman is called Illalu, The one who cooks at home for the health and the strength of the husband and the children and would take care of them.
నేడు నిన్న వచ్చినటువంటివి పద్మశ్రీ పద్మ విభూషణ టైటిల్స్.
The national titles like Padma Shri, Padma Vibhushan are just of
ప్రాచీన
the recent
కాలంలో
years.
ఒక్క స్త్రీలకు మాత్రమే ఈ పవిత్రమైనటువంటి యొక్క బిరుదులంతా అందిస్తూ వచ్చారు.
In fact, in ancient times, women were honored with these titles.
ఇల్లాలు,
Illalu,
గృహలక్ష్మి,
Grihalakshmi,
ధర్మపత్ని,
Dharmapatni,
అర్ధాంగి.
Ardhangi.
ఈ టైటిల్స్ ఎవరికి వచ్చినాయి?
Who got these titles?
కనుక వారు చేసేటువంటి యొక్క ఆచరణను, వారి భావములను, వారి త్యాగములను, వారి గుణగణములను కూడాను ఆదర్శం చేసుకుని వీరికి ఇన్ని టైటిల్స్ అందించుకున్నారు.
Women has got all these titles because of her practices, traditions, feelings and sacrifice.
With utmost humility, gratitude, and love, I offer myself at the divine reverential lotus feet of our beloved omnipresent Lord, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. I'm extremely grateful to Swami for bringing all of us together here for this retreat. Respected elders, dear brothers, sisters, dear children, loving Sai Ram to each and every one of you. With great joy and pleasure, I welcome you all to this retreat. My name is Lakshmi Vyakaran, and I'm the National Women's Coordinator, Sri Satya Sai International Organization, United States. The theme for this retreat is Shine with Sai Love. Sai Love is abundantly available and it's free. But then how do we tap into it? How do we manifest it? How do we shine that light? More important, how do we share that light with others? So to throw light on this topic, we have two very inspiring, motivating, and very, very good, profound speakers. And in a little bit, I'll be introducing them. I'll also take this opportunity to thank all the regional presidents, center presidents, women's wing leadership, the point of contacts, for spreading the word around and encouraging participation and registration. And I'm also extremely grateful to all the women's wing leadership for the enormous and wonderful work they have been doing in their respective regions. Most of the regions we have established the regional retreats, the Ladies' Day celebrations, and of course, women are actively engaging in the local service projects. I thank you all for that. Let me quickly give you an overview of today's program. We will begin with a motivational session from Purna Malavat, and that will be followed by launching an initiative called Talk with a Doc. That is kind of a panel discussion with the doctors and the core team. And then that would be followed by an inspiring conversation with a surprise guest speaker. All right, time now for me to introduce Purna Malavat. Purna Malavat in 2014 scaled Mount Everest at the age of 13 years and 10 months, making her the youngest girl in the world to scale the summit. Subsequently, she also scaled the 7 tallest peaks across 7 continents of the world and has achieved the rare feat of becoming Asia's youngest girl to complete the 7 Summit Challenge in 2022. The Honorable President and the Prime Minister of India felicitated Purna for her achievements. She's also listed on the Forbes Indian list of self-made women in 2020. She's an adventure icon, a role model for thousands of young girls across nations and cultures. Having been born into a tribal family of daily wage agricultural laborers in South India, Purna's journey has been one of overcoming adversity and realizing dreams against all odds. When she joined her residential school, her talent for mountaineering was spotted. She later on joined Minnesota State University, United States as an exchange student, where she pursued courses in political sciences to systematically understand women's struggles and fight for women empowerment. A film based on Purna's life story was released in 2017 named Purna, Courage Has No Limit. A book also was published on Purna in 2019. Purna is also focused on giving back to the society by motivating and mentoring young boys and girls interested in adventure sports. Recently, she led a select group of students from her school to Mount Everest Base Camp. With that said, welcome once again, Purna, and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm very happy to be here and sharing my experience with you all. Once again, thank you so much. I think it's good morning for you all. Let me start. Let me start with my first step where I have started my adventure career. So this is where I have started my first step. I mean, I was in a government school, government residential school, taking the first step at Bongir, which is 40 kilometers from Hyderabad. And there I have started my first, I mean, I got stepped into adventure sports, and that was my first step learning rock climbing. And it was a 5 day course. Of course, it was tough. I mean, till that moment, I've seen only small, stones, rocks back in my school and home. But for the first time, when I went for this training, rock climbing training, very first day, when I saw that huge 650 feet rock, a single Asia's second highest monolithic rock, and I was surprised, and I questioned myself, and there was many questions were running in my mind, like is any, and I mean, questions are like very I got fear so much, I mean, I think that is all because of no experience. If once we start something new, once we experience it, I think our fear will go away, and we'll get so much confidence. So even when I started my first day, instructors, they told me everything about rock climbing, what is rock climbing, what kind of instructions we have, I mean, what kind of equipments we have to use. They gave every instructions, each and every instructions, and they briefed about equipments and rock climbing, rappelling, bouldering, everything. And we have learned all this in that 5 days course. And a very first day I was scared, many questions was there, but the only one thing was running in my mind at 13 was that, coming from a small humble background, this is the only opportunity that I have got, and it is not an easy to come out of from that environment, or that small town is a big thing, and getting an opportunity is a big thing for me. So I thought, almost I have traveled 250 kilometers from my school to this rock climbing academy, and at least I have to give it try. At least I have to give it try. That's what I have, what motivated myself. And I have slowly started every activity, doing every activity, participated very actively, and fortunately, I'm a sports person, so it was got a bit easier for me to start this adventure activities. So in that 5 days, I've learned many things and became a very confident, like I can do anything in my life. And after that 5 days, I've realized one thing, and I would like to share with everyone is, when we start something new, the fear will be always there because we don't know anything about it. And once we experience it, we'll get so much confidence. and we can, show more interest to do many things. So that's what I have realized. I got so much confidence, and then after that I got selected for, the next training, like, you can see the pictures from Ladakh and Darjeeling, from different places. I have learned basic advanced I've been to basic advanced mountaineering course, and I've been to a winter expedition. And then, out of 110 students, they have selected, the government, I mean the people who, took us for training, they've selected only two students for Mount Everest, and luckily I got selected for that. This is how I started and how I did my training, and it was very tough, obviously. And being a 13-year, it was, I mean, more than tough. And there, my journey, my first summit, obviously Mount Everest, and training part is completely different. And again, climbing Mount Everest at 13 years and 11 months is completely different. And I know, I still remember each and every step of my, expedition. Still I can see, while explaining you, it was very tough, facing harsh weather conditions. Like, there are harsh weather conditions, and the wind was like, 100 km per hour speed, and it was minus 40, 50 degrees temperature. And, surviving in high altitude was very difficult for me. And, but somehow I managed, and I mean, my training was helped me a lot. I used to jog almost 20 to 25 kilometers every single day before my Mount Everest expedition. That was my preparation for, physically and mentally, we have to be very fit. So I think that, that 8 months of training have helped me to to achieve this summit, Mount Everest. And it was 52 days of, the entire expedition was 52 days. We were on, you know, I was in a snow, and it was a complete different world. So I think, being a 13 a kid was advantage for me. I mean, kids are like, most of you are your Telugu people. Kids are పిల్లలకి చాక్లెట్ కావాలి అని అంటే ఎస్ కావాలి అనేంత వరకు అమ్మని వదిలిపెట్టరు. It was like chocolate chahiye to chahiye. So it is like that. So I think, it was fixed in my mind, like, I wanted to climb Mount Everest, and I climbed it. I wanted to do it, I did it. So that was how the commitment and confidence, the courage was there. And then after that, I went back to the school. I continued this, my schooling, and I even not completed my SSC 10th board exams. So, um, after that, I focused on my education. Equally, I have to balance my education, because everything will, I think as of my knowledge, everything will get, experience, whatever we learn everything from through education. That's what I believe. So I focused 1 2 years for my career, I mean for education. And then again I thought, and I got to know about 7 summits through my coach, Mr. Shekhar Babu, who is also an Indian, who is also a mountaineer, and a Tenzing Nargin National Adventure Awardee. So then, I took the challenge of 7 summits of 7 continents, highest mountains. And so far, as Lakshmi ma'am mentioned, I've completed all 7 continents, highest mountains in 2022, and became the Asia's youngest person to complete all 7 continent, highest mountains. And yes, every mountain have shaped me, who I am today, and I've learned many things. And it was, I mean, every mountain is a different challenge. It has their own different difficulties. So especially, I would like to share about my last expedition, Mount Denali, North America continent highest mountain, which is located in Alaska. So I mean, I was 21-year-old when I did that mountain, and it was hardly a 20-25 days expedition. And I would say, for me, obviously, being a 13-year-old, climbing Mount Everest was tough and difficult. That is obviously challenged. But after that, whatever I have climbed the mountains, uh, this Denali was more tougher than any other mountain for me, because I think that mountain rule is, they don't allow any porters, they don't allow any person who can carry our, equipments or food, anything, etc. So we have to carry each and everything, like almost 40 kgs. We have to carry with us our food for 1 month and equipments, and we have to cook ourselves. Once we reach the camp, we have to cook our own, and we have to, pinch our own tent. Doesn't matter how tired you are, doesn't matter whether you're sick or not, there will be a guide who can, just, lead us, but he can't help us. So we have to do each and everything our own. And it was more challenging physically, mentally, everything. But I mean, the continuous practice and the confidence made me to reach that mountain, I think. And I mean, that mountain in second attempt. I mean, I've been in 2019 to climb that mountain, but unfortunately the weather was bad and I turned back. See, mountains will be there always, but we have to be alive, and we can come back again to climb that. So that's what, I mean, a mountaineer take the choice. That's how, I mean, even I did. So, I mean, in 2022, I've completed that. Other than these 7 continents highest mountains, I've climbed few other Indian mountains as well. And I mean, yes, these what I have learned from, every continent, every mountain have taught me many, many things. And especially, I can say, life skills I have learned and what I am today. And yes, as mentioned, I led a team to Everest Base Camp trek last year. Many students from the school where I did my schooling, and the community. I mean, so, and other people also have joined. And that was my first leading expedition. Obviously, being a climber is different, but leading an expedition, or leading a team, I have to be more responsible. I have to be very careful to organize, to talk with them. I have to engage them. I have to take care each and everything. So it was, a good learning for me. And it was so, a learning experience for me. And then after, obviously, Mount Everest expedition and all the achievements, what I've done in the news, as mentioned, yes, the movie was made on my life story, called Purna, Courage Has No Limits, in Bollywood. And the biography was also released in 3 languages: English, Telugu, and Malayalam. And then, of course, everything was happened with this rock solid support system behind me. Obviously, my parents, coming from a farmer's family, a humble background, like, Pakala, which doesn't have any kind of facilities. Like, there was no transportation. You don't believe, till the day today, there is no network. If my parents want to talk to me, they have to come to a certain place. They have to find a network, and they have to call me. That is what, I think that was my advantage, to focus on my dreams, education, whatever, practice. So, I mean, they are a big support for me. Getting support from, the community where I came from was very difficult. But I'm very lucky to have, like, this parents, Miss Lakshmi and Devi Das. Um, and obviously, my brother is very supportive for me. And Dr. R.S. Praveen Kumar sir was an IPS officer who gave me an opportunity of rock climbing, who started everything. The mission Everest. He only initiated and he started. He supported. And obviously, I told Mr. Shekhar Babu, the founder of TARC and a mountaineer. So, I mean, till the day, these people are my big support for, professionally, personally. They guide me, they mentor me, everything. So that was my, experience, achievements. That is different. Now, a path ahead, a mission in my life. Of course, I want to keep climbing until I am able to. And I want to take my peers with me. I obviously I wanted to uplift my communities, and I wanted to promote sports and adventures, especially. And obviously, I like nature. I want to live my life closer to the nature, and definitely I want to give back to the society or give forward to the society and environment. So, and then this is where I have started. This is where everything was started. The social welfare residential educational institutions. I've joined these schools in a sixth grade, and from sixth grade I did my graduation. And after my achievement, there was a big impact. Like for 40 seats, there was 10,000 applications we got, and that's what the impact we made through our achievement. And I'm very happy for that. I mean, something has to inspire, something has to motivate everyone. So I think we hope we did that and we continue that in future. And then these are the achievements of after my achievement. These are the the things what happened from last 10 years. People went to paragliding, sports, archery, cycling, athletics, and many students from these residential schools got admissions in a different universities in throughout the world. Many of them got medical seats, MBBS seats, and many of them got admissions in United States as well. So that's what the impact made after 2014, after my achievement. So definitely adventure, I will say from last 10 years, I'm continuing this, adventure journey. Every day I learn something new. Every day, I increase my confidence, courage, and obviously exploration will be there. Mental ability, stability, health, reduces stress, everything, nothing. I can't say no, but everything is included uh, for who do adventure sports. And then now I joined. I mean, I'm part of TARC, Transcend Academy of Rock Climbing. I mean, we teach. This is our team who are who also climbed Everest and few other mountains in the world and in India as well. So this is the team. We have two academies. One is in Bongir, which is 40 kilometers from Hyderabad, and Gandikota, which is in Kadapa, Andhra Pradesh. And we train. We take people for trekkings. We do expeditions. We lead. We teach. We do everything. So this is our team. And then this is the pictures from Gandikota and Bongir. So this is our accomplishment from our company. More than 94, I think, we took to Mount Everest, and then more than 300 people climbed Kilimanjaro, and more than 30,000 students, youth trained from us. So these are our accomplishment of our company, like TARC organization. We have to Guinness records as well. And then I would like to play a video. Yep. So now my aim is to create 1,000 more Purnas like me. I mean, more greater than Purna. That is what my aim now. And also we are working towards that. Our team is working towards that. And especially I wanted to promote Indian mountains. Let other country people come to our India to climb our Indian mountains. So our entire team focus is to promote Indian mountains, and very soon I'm going to lead one more Everest Base Camp trek. Starts on April 20th. If anybody want to join, you can join with me. And also we are planning some other peaks, back to back, like 5-6 mountains to climb in India. Maybe very soon, maybe in another 3-4 months, we'll be going to climb Indian mountains. And that is what, as I told, my aim is to create 1,000 more Purnas. And thank you so much for having me for this wonderful event. Thank you, Lakshmi ma'am. Thank you so much. And thank you each and everyone. Thank you so much. And మీ బ్లెస్సింగ్స్ ఎప్పుడు నాకు ఉండాలి. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you, Purna. That was such a wonderful motivational session, Purna. And definitely you have the blessings from all of us here. And you have such a large heart. There's so much of humility. We really appreciate all those qualities. And I'm sure you have the blessings and you're already shining so much of divine love. And then, as you mentioned, you're a member of that organization where you're helping other people who are interested in adventure sports. And I think the best thing is you climbing the Mount Everest from that school has brought out a ripple effect and led to revolutionizing the school system, which is being shifted from a textbook education to holistic development. I think that's a big step where I think you have played a very prominent role. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you being here for the retreat and inspiring all of us. I'm sure each one of us will have our own Mount Everest to climb. And thank you once again, Purna.
Thank you so much.
All right, now let's move on to the next segment of the program. So with his blessings, we are very fortunate to be introducing another initiative from the Women's Wing, which is Talk with a Doc. And this initiative is mainly to create health awareness so that all the Sai sisters make right health choices. Let me quickly give you an overview of this. So each region will have a panel of doctors who will volunteer their services and time. And we will have sisters who can seek support, guidance, a second opinion, reassurance from these panel of doctors. And we will have a point of contact who will be a liaison between the sisters that are seeking support and these panel of doctors. So here the main goal is to create awareness and to help make better health choices. Let me remind you, this initiative is not for prescribing drugs or any medication, okay? And questions, of course, will be answered in a timely way, but then because everybody is so busy and we are not taking up any emergent cases, so there'll be a 72-hour gap before you can expect an answer. And definitely confidentiality will be maintained. And then the point of contact will be given a training workshop by none other than our National Medical Director, Dr. Joe Fanoff. So how did this initiative get conceptualized? How did it take birth? So we are going to hear that from our young doctor, Dr. Priya Paneerselvam. Let me introduce her. Priya is an obstetrician and gynecologist, and she's from the Bay Area, Northern California, and she works at the county hospital where she trains residents and cares for the underserved. She's fortunate to grow up in Swami's fold and went through Sai Spiritual Education Program from Group 1. As a YA, she's been involved in many service projects, and one such project is Project Pride, East Bay Community Recovery Project. It's a residential substance use treatment program for women, including women that are pregnant. She comes from a single parent home, and the credit for who she is goes to her father. So let's hear what Priya has to say. Sairam.
Sairam, everyone. I offer myself and this work at the lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan. I'm Dr. Priya, a board-certified OBGYN, and I have the honor of introducing some awesome health initiatives to our Sai community. The idea to improve our community's overall health was actually inspired by our very own SSE students. Last year, I'd spoken to Group 3 and Group 4 in our region and learned that not only were many of their health concerns unanswered, but the knowledge that they did have was inaccurate. And this lack of open and honest communication led to a lack of health awareness and health literacy. Something had to be done. As a community, we have to do better for ourselves and for future generations. So, Ask Akka was born. Ask Akka is an online platform to improve health literacy and break down cultural barriers in the community. It's a judgment-free space to ask medical questions anonymously and receive evidence-based answers and guidance. Since starting Ask Akka, several aunties have also reached out for guidance about common issues like when to get a mammogram, what's a pap smear, what are some things I can do to deal with menopause. And while Ask Akka has been a great tool to disseminate information and improve health literacy, it hasn't been able to address the question, how do I navigate the current medical system? So from Ask Akka, we have a new spinoff, Talk to a Doc, another really cool initiative that we're starting to help plug in folks and offer medical guidance. We are so excited to make 2024 a year of health and happiness. So to you, your health, and your empowerment. Sairam.
Thank you, Priya. So that's how we have to hear the voice of Swami through all of the sisters. So that's how this young doctor was motivated and inspired and prompted by Swami to start that initiative, and then she started talking, and that's how this initiative, Talk with a Doc, was born. Now I'm going to introduce our program director who has helped us to give a structure to this Talk with a Doc initiative, and her name is Vasundhara Shastri. She's been in Sai's fold at an impressionable age and grew up on his teachings. Ever since then, she's been engaged in SAI organization and service activities. Currently, she resides in Northern California. She has served 2 terms as Region 7 Service Coordinator and several terms as Center Officer, continues to coordinate regional and national SAI women initiatives and events. Vasundhara holds a master's degree in information systems, worked as developmental engineer, manager, program manager in private sector for over 25 years. She actively leads, supports initiatives and programs in the local clinics, senior centers, and county environmental health services, besides leading Santa Cruz SAI Women's Study Circle. So let's now hear from Vasundhara and her team.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Sairam, dear sisters, loving pranams to all. I'm honored to introduce the core team, starting with our dynamic leader, Lakshmi Vyakaran. Lakshmi Vyakaran was raised in Bangalore and was introduced to Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba at a very young age. She was a student of Bala Vikas during the early years of its formation. She is currently serving as the National Women's Coordinator, Satya Sai International Organization, USA. Earlier, she served as President for Region 7. She teaches online SSC for children with special needs. By profession, she is an education specialist working with children on the autism spectrum disorder. Currently, she is helping Delhi public schools in India set up special education programs. Thank you, Lakshmi, for bringing yet another initiative for empowering women. Now, I'll be introducing our physician team members, starting with Dr. Shaili Singh. Dr. Shaili Singh was introduced to Swami when she was in 8th grade. She moved around and attended many Sai centers in Texas. Currently, she's a member of the Austin Sai Center. She actively participates in outreach programs and shares her knowledge by giving talks on nutrition, healthy living, and vegetarianism, in addition to leading several Sai parenting sessions. She's married with 2 children, a boy and a girl, attending SSE. By profession, she's a pediatrician and an eager practitioner of Ayurveda. Dr. Shaili, as a physician, you're already helping members in your community. Could you share the potential role of the doctors and help set the right expectations to our sisters?
Sure, Sister Vasu. Thank you for this question. And thank you, Swami, for this opportunity to introduce our initiative to our fellow sisters. So as a physician, you're right, we have many opportunities to serve. Even through the Sai organization, there may be medical camps or other opportunities where we get to serve. But sometimes a medical camp may be either too far or might be a little bit too much of a time commitment. So this initiative allows a physician to still continue to serve, especially our fellow sisters, but more on a one-on-one, on a personal basis. So when the point of contact reaches out to the appropriate physician with the sister's name and contact information, the physician will have 48 to 72 hours to reach out to the sister who has a medical question and contact her either by phone or through a WhatsApp message or whatever is the established line of communication. And just as a reminder, this is not an opportunity for prescriptions or ordering any labs or tests. This is really more to offer guidance. We can help explain what to expect at the doctor visit, help answer questions, kind of guide them on what might be needed or what might be the appropriate path. But we still encourage the sisters that if there's any decisions that need to be made regarding treatment or further management of their condition, that they should reach out and discuss that with their PCP or their primary care physician so that we still have those lines of communication open for them. But that would be the primary role of the physician in this particular case, which is to reach out to the sister involved and answer their questions and provide them some guidance.
It's wonderful. Thank you for shedding the light on the role of doctors. So basically, we as participants, we continue to work with our own PCPs and our own doctors. But again, we can also check, consult our fellow sister doctors in the PSI community for guidance and increasing our awareness to make right choices. Is that correct?
Absolutely correct. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you again, Dr. Shaili. Now, our next physician is Dr. Sai Geeta Uttamarajan. Sai Geeta Uttamarajan was born into Sai family and attended Balavikas in her younger years. She's a SSC teacher and currently teaches Group 3 children. She's also serving as Regional Women's Coordinator for Region 5. Professionally, she's the physician specializing in geriatric medicine and works with the retirement community in Michigan. Dr. Sai Geeta, as an active community member, could you please highlight the point of contact role? It seems like point of contact plays a very vital role in this initiative.
That's true, Sister Vasu, and thank you for the introduction and the opportunity. The point of contact person serves as a bridge between the sister that needs help and the physician. So the main role is for them to be available to receive phone calls and messages from the sisters who need guidance. From their end, they will have a list of all the doctors with their specialties, and will connect the sister with the most appropriate physician who is available to take the call. She will also ensure that all queries are answered and, most importantly, maintain confidentiality.
Wonderful. So, who would be the right candidates for this role?
Anybody who is willing to play a role and available, they can be the point of contact. You do not need to have a medical background. However, if there are any medical students or residents in training who are willing to offer their time, they could certainly take the opportunity to.
Wonderful. Excellent. So basically, the point of contact plays a very, very important role. Point of contact is the one who's coordinating between the doctors and the PSI sisters and ensuring they receive the responses in a timely manner, and also reaches out to the right doctors from the doctor pool. Is that correct?
Correct, Sister.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Sai Geeta. Our next physician member is Dr. Swapna Putta. Dr. Swapna Putta is a neurologist with specialization in epilepsy from Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. She was born in the family who were ardent devotees to Swami. Her roots of faith strengthened from her childhood, watching her grandfather's dedication to service. She is currently serving as a devotional coordinator for Norwood Center in Region 1. Dr. Swapna, along with her husband and daughter, are blessed with the opportunity to serve at the government hospital in Prashanthi during their visits. Thank you, Dr. Swapna, for being here. As I understand that you are already taking a very active role in a similar initiative, which is more global. Could you please elaborate the recommended process and the information flow?
Thank you, Sister Vasu, Sairam, and thanks, Swami, for providing me with this opportunity to get closer to our Sai sisters and help our Sai community more extensively and in a more channeled way. So, again, like all other sisters already touched upon various roles of this team. It's like a triangle of Sai sisters who have questions. They will contact the point of contact, and the point of contact will is like the triage person. They will have all the list of doctors who are available in the region, or if we need subspecialties, we may even expand it to like inter-region. And we will also have the point of contact will have the availability of the doctors and the specialties. So whenever Sai sisters approach the point of contact with certain question, they will know who is available and whom to triage that question to. And based on that, so once the doctor gets the message from the point of contact, the doctor will be able to reach out directly to the Sai sister within like 48 hours or so and answer their questions and clarify anything or give a second opinion or go over their reports, a lot of different things. And sometimes I feel like once they hear something from the doctor, it's actually they feel more comfortable hearing in like either your native language or something that is more approachable. So all this probably will just feel that make the Sai sisters feel empowered about their health, and that's what we are aiming for. And so we can be more approachable. And I hope Swami will guide us with rolling out this initiative, and each region will be putting a pool of doctors and making the rosters, and we are excited to bring this to you as soon as possible as per Swami's will. Thank you.
Oh, great, great. We are really going to benefit from this initiative. Thank you again, Dr. Swapna. To summarize in a nutshell, we will have point of contacts at a regional level, subject to the participant membership. There could be more than one point of contact. And there'll be a pool of doctors identified at a regional level. Again, it's all depending on the number of active participants and the members, physicians. There is a community of Sai sisters in every region. So these three are going to be really work together with the point of contact as the key person who is coordinating and communicating between Sai sisters and the doctors, ensuring their queries are answered in a timely manner. And based on the priority and the severity, all these things will be definitely considered. However, this initiative is not going to replace your medical treatments. They're not going to be medical treatments. They're not going to be any prescriptions prescribed during this from this initiative. This is only a place for educating, increasing awareness, and providing support, and adding some other additional benefits or second pair of eyes to help you make the right choices in your health and maintenance. With that said, where are we now? We are going to be having an upcoming point of contact training delivered by Dr. Joe Fanoff, National Medical Director, in the month of April. Once the training is completed, our plan is to launch this initiative across all regions. If you have any additional questions or any clarifications, please reach out to your regional women's coordinator. With that, we conclude our presentation. With His grace, I'm sure we will all benefit from this initiative. Jai Sai Ram. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Vasu, and the core team of doctors for very clearly explaining the Talk with a Doc initiative. So 2 years back, we started the Peer Enrichment Group initiative But many sisters were really benefited from that, where in each region, women came together. They formed these peer groups where they were very open with each other. There was bonding, there was upliftment, there was spiritual growth. So 2 years from that day, now we have started this other initiative, Talk with a Doc, in an attempt to take care and create awareness about women's health. As we have all heard what Swami said in the discourse, Illalu, Grihalakshmi plays a very crucial role in at home, in the society, in the community, at a national level, as well as the international level. So we really have to take care of ourselves. So I urge all the sisters to please take advantage of these initiatives and then find their own spiritual path and then find them and find how you can uplift yourselves with the help of these initiatives. Okay. With that said, we now come to another very interesting segment of today's program, an inspiring conversation with a surprise guest speaker. So now let us hear to a bhajan and see if you can identify this wonderful guest speaker.
जगदम्बे साई माता पतीश्वरी है शांति प्रदाता
जगदम्बे साई माता पतीश्वरी है शांति प्रदाता
So we have this wonderful speaker, Dr. Shobha Raju. It's a privilege and it's an honor to introduce her. She's been extremely fortunate to be associated with many spiritual masters like Swami Chinmayananda, Swami Dayananda, Swami Vidyaprakashananda, and Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. All these masters have reinforced her awakening towards spirituality. Her music was therapeutic value and healing messages that cross the boundaries of nations and cultures. Sister Shobha Raju is a writer, poet, inspiring speaker, and a music composer. Her performances are prayers. To the martyrs of the war, she called it prarthana. Prayers for world peace after the bomb blasts, she named them Shanti Sankirtana. Prayers for the healing and the sick, Sankirtana Aushadham. Prayers for the depressed, Upashamana Sankirtanam. Prayers on the streets for the welfare of the city and the citizens, Mahanagara Sankirtana. She has trained over 20,000 students, not only in music, but also in human values. Annamacharya Bhavana Vahini, ABV, is the brainchild of Dr. Shobha Raju. It's been shaped up as a music university, offering courses in music combined with yoga, meditation, naturopathy, philosophy, and Sanskrit. The university focuses on human values and offers value-based training to the students so that saint singers can be trained, who in turn will render services through music for the peace and harmony of the world. She is responsible for the release of postal stamp of Saint Annamaya in 2004. She conducts many music competitions to encourage talent in youth. She directed a teleserial titled Sri Annamaya, for which she contributed story, script, screenplay, dialogues, and music. She is a recipient of many awards, including the prestigious Padma Shri, the highest civilian award of India in 2010. She was presented the Soul of Annamaya Award by North American Telugu Association. She serves as a member on many cultural committees, including the Indian Council of Cultural Relations, Government of India. Join me in welcoming her to our retreat. Loving Sai Ram, Sister Dr. Shobha Raju. I'm extremely grateful to Bhagavan for gracing us with your presence for our retreat. In spite of all the busy schedule and the upcoming Kumbhabhishekam, you have made yourself available for us, and we are very blessed, and we want to thank Swami collectively for this wonderful opportunity to be having some of your aspects of spiritual journey so that we can take them as lessons in our spiritual journey. Dear sisters, let me elaborate a little bit on the Kumbhabhishekam that is being planned for the end of this month. Dr. Shobha Raju has been really blessed. She's been prompted and guided to be having a temple construction project. So she's very deeply involved in this project. And the Kumbhabhishekam is planned for the end of this month, and it is a multi-day celebration. Kumbhabhishekam is the pinnacle ritual for temple consecration. So during this ritual, the temple space is energized, it's purified, and it is sanctified so that divine beings from other planes of consciousness can enter this plane and bless us. So you can imagine how blessed she is and what a divine soul to be involved in such a project. So we are indeed very, very fortunate to have you with us, sister. Now, Swami is supreme consciousness, Parabrahma Swarupa. He knows all of us. He's created all of us. He knows our past, present, and future. However, we are awakened to his divinity at a certain point of time and space. We all go to Swami. He draws us to himself through books, through pictures, through friends, through family, through bhajans, and he has his unique way for each one of us. So the question is, Sister Shobha, how were you drawn to Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba?
Sai Ram to all of you. I'm really privileged to be among such devotees. I consider this opportunity a blessing of Swami. Thank you very much. Lakshmi Garu, I passed out 10th standard in 70. And my father was a staunch devotee of Satya Sai Baba. During his job in Penukonda, he used to go frequently to Swami, and so he used to go along with Swami in the car, looks like, and discussing the developments there, etc. But there was a big gap after that. And when I passed out 10th, my father planned a trip to Puttaparthi with all the family. And we had been there. And all the way, I was praying, Swami, that I must pass out 10th standard. Because I was always in love with music and poetry. I spent little time in studying. So I did try and I did write okay, but I was praying him somehow make me pass through this 10th standard. He was kind enough. And that was the time Swami called us for interview, all of the family. Those days, Swami used to make all the people stand on the steps that go to the upstairs. He would make us stand on the steps. He would stand opposite to us, draw a curtain and speak to us. Those were the days, because developments were not made then. I was surprised to hear Swami say, "Me Chinmayanandanu చూసేసి వచ్చాను సార్." I had been to see your Chinmayananda in the hospital. He was ailing at that time, and he just saw him and blessed him and came back, it seems. ఎవరైతేనేమి మంచి పని చేస్తున్నాడు కదా, he said. He's doing good service, whoever it be, he said. Why he said whoever it might be, because Swami Chinmayananda used to criticize Babaji a bit in those days. And for your kind information, me and whole of my siblings are disciples of Swami Chinmayananda in the beginning. Later on, we also surrendered to Swami Satya Sai Baba. And he said, that was my first lesson from Babaji. He said, whoever it might be, he's doing good service. So I had been there, saw him, blessed him, and came. That was the thing I learned from him. And secondly, that we must not bother about who it is, whether it is a friend to us or foe to us. If he is in good service, we must appreciate. That is the lesson I have learned from him. First lesson. And secondly, he said, you all chant Bhagavad Gita every day. I'm very happy about it. But you must know the meaning of it. And that was the second lesson I learned from him. And maybe that sing. I used to ask for meaning. In those days, many singers used to just sing. At that young age, if I had asked for meaning of the song, that is meaning, and then chant Bhagavad Gita. And Annamacharya Kirtanas are no less than Bhagavad Gita. So I started knowing the meaning first and then sing. This was my first ever meeting with Swami. I was too young to say anything about my first meeting when I was just an infant. My mother took me to Gurkula Ramakrishna Rao Gari house when he visited his house. And she said, there the God comes, touch his feet when he comes close to you. That much I remember. I touched his feet, his God. That was my first, and this is the second, which I vividly remember. That's how I was drawn to his holy feet, ma'am.
Yeah, you've been really very blessed that, as an infant, Swami drew to you. And so it was from generations that you've been with Swami. And he's always guiding us. And it is we who have to awaken to the divinity in this physical form. Thank you so much for that. I'm sure you've had so many encounters with Swami and so many experiences with Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. So can you please share one experience with Swami that is very close to your heart?
There are many miracles, many interviews he granted to me, and I was in thoughts of writing a book with all my experiences. It hasn't happened so far. Maybe by his grace, I'll be able to do in due course before I leave the planet. And one of my experiences I'll share with you. It was in 1995. Puja Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji invited all of us to present a concert. Rather, he was kind enough to give an opportunity to all of us to sing on the eve of his birthday celebrations at Mangalore. We all had been there in a bus. After the concert, we were returning to Hyderabad. On the way, we halted at Bangalore. Then I told my husband, looks like Swami is in Whitefields. I'm going to Whitefields, you also come. He said, no, 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 there is lot of work is pending. We'll come again, not now, he said. At least I'll go along with Ramana. Ramana is our assistant. So along with him, I had been to Whitefields. Somehow we got a very good room, good accommodation. And the next day, the same day, in the afternoon, not in the afternoon, the next day, in the morning, I had been there. In Whitefields, interviews are given only in the morning, not in the afternoon, those days. So in the morning, when I had been there, I saw, you all must be knowing Susilama, playback singer. She was sitting in the front. She looked at me and said, hey, Shobha, Shobha, come and sit here. I went there and sat beside her. In a few minutes, Swami came. And Swami was talking to her. I thought he would cast a glance on me. Somehow he so efficiently managed to look only at Sushila Garu and sing and talk. And he never turned his head towards me. I was feeling bad that he was talking only to Sushila Garu, not looking even at me. Then later on, he went away. Okay, I tried to manage my mind, thinking that there is another chance tomorrow, let me try. Next day, I went again for darshan time. In darshan time, Sushila was sitting again in the same place. She called me again, Shobha, come and sit here. Inevitably, I went there and sat. Swami came again, and he was talking to Sushila again. Again, he managed not to look at me. I was bigger in size then. Even if you want to ignore, you cannot ignore the size. Such was my personality. So Swami managed to talk to only Sushila Garu and left. And the pain increased at heart for me. Why Swami didn't even look at me this time? I thought. Anyway, let me try another time, I said. And then I went to darshan the third day. The same thing has happened. Sushila called me again, I sat there. Swami came and Swami called Sushila Magaru for interview. While going, Sushila ji said, Shobha, come, we'll go. I said, no, Ma, he didn't call me. I said, no, he called you. I saw he called you, come. He said, I have been seeing some people, I was seeing some people whom Swami would send back from interview. I didn't call you, he said. So I'm fearing that I said, no, Swami didn't call me. As you please, she said and left for interview. I came back to room and sat. I was feeling very bad, like Duryodhana. Why I should come? I came, okay, why should there be Sushila there? Okay, Sushila was there. Why should she call me to sit by her side? Okay, I sat there. Why should Swami come and speak only to her, not to me? And okay, he spoke. Why should he call only Sushila Garu for interview? Okay, he called. Why should Sushila Garu call me? You also come. I was thinking like this, like Duryodhana in the room. Ego was badly hurt, maybe. And added to that, Sushila Garu returned from interview, came straight to my room, said, Shobha, I asked Swami Amma whether he called you for interview. పిలవలేదన్నారు. No, I didn't call, he said, it seems. And that is like rubbing, mirchi on the wound, rubbing pepper on the wound. So I said, that's okay, Amma, namaste, I said. But at heart, I was deeply hurt. And then I called my assistant Ramana and told him, let's go where Swami is not going to call us this time. And he brought a taxi and we went to railway station. Railway station, this guy managed to speak to the railway station officer saying that Amma has a concert tomorrow. She has to sing before Chandrababu Naidu. Chandrababu Naidu gari program undi. He was the chief minister then. Then he bluffed to them, it seems. Then they said, we'll release a berth for her in EQ. I was waiting to go in the train. Just before, in front of us, the train came and went away also. I didn't get a berth. What shall I do now? We cannot stay in a hotel there in the city. I took an auto and went back to Whitefields again. This time we got an inferior room. We had a wonderful accommodation. This time we had an inferior room. Okay. By then I missed the bhajan time in the evening. The next day morning again I went for darshan. Then I didn't sit beside Sushila Garu. Maybe she left or I don't know. Swami came. ఎక్కడికి పోయినావు నిన్న లేవే భజన్లో? Where did you go? You were not there in bhajan yesterday. Do you see? I thought, he's not noticing me, he's not caring me, but he was noticing I was there for all the bhajans were all there. Yesterday, just I went to railway station and came back, he asked. I didn't know what to answer. I said, Swami, I had been to railway station. Why? You had a concert there? Then people around me were asking me, what is Swami was pulling your leg? What is that? They were asking me. So this experience clearly tells that he wanted to crush my ego. Unless ego is crushed, we cannot see God eye to eye. We cannot merge with God. We cannot feel God when the ego is predominant. And he's talking to Sushila, not to me. These kind of feelings, Right now, Swami took off those feelings with his love and grace. But then also I had deep love for Swami, devotion for Swami. But this ego was also present, which he successfully pulled it off. This is one of the finest experiences I had, Lakshmi Garu.
That's such a wonderful story. Yes, it is indeed very difficult to transcend the little I, the ego self, and then go to the higher self that is actually within you itself. And like how you said, Swami knows everything, and like how Purusha Suktam says, Sahasraksha Sahasrapath, it's there everywhere. We may not be seeing him, but he is seeing us from everywhere. Physically, we feel, oh, he's ignoring us. It's such a wonderful lesson and a good takeaway for many of us who are still dwelling and rolling in our little ego self. I'm this, I'm that, these are my degrees, these are my spouses, and so on and so forth. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that. So my next question is, all of us have seen Swami when he was young, very physically, very vibrant, his dashing to the car, gliding among the devotees, his fast-paced walk, so on and so forth. Sometimes he moves like a flash. And you did speak a little to me about how you felt when you saw Swami in the wheelchair. So can you please elaborate what you felt when you saw Swami in the wheelchair, and then what were your feelings and emotions at that time, and what transpired? Thank you.
It was again in Whitefields, maybe in 2000 or so, 2001 or 2002. I had been to Whitefields for his darshan, and he came in the wheelchair. I saw him so for the first time. He was in wheelchair, and I was shattered, I must say. But I shouldn't have been that way. But that part of me was still unripened. So I took it to heart and felt so sad. I had tears in my eyes. And what this Swami, who used to very jubilantly walk here and there around, and he used to make fun of people, especially me, say something and comment upon me. And then every time he passed by, he would make a comment. Like that, he was so jubilant, so vibrant. And that Swami sitting in the wheelchair, I couldn't stand it. And I wrote a letter to Swami. Swami, I'm absolutely not able to bear this sight of you coming in wheelchair. Maybe I'll come back again when you can walk healthy. You can walk around and comment and jubilantly as you used to do before. And I put that letter in a cover and gave it to Swami and left Whitefields. That's it. Later on, I hardly had been to Puttaparthi, and I was hearing about Swami that he was not well. He was coming in the wheelchair alone, and all these things. Finally, I felt like seeing him. I don't know why. I went to him in October of 2010, October 30th. Swami, as usual, recognized me and signaled something like that. He noticed my presence. And on 31st, he signaled me to come. I got up, gave him a letter. Swami, I want to sing for your birthday, I said. He signaled to those people who were around something he said. And I said, Swami, Pada Namaskaram cheskuntanu. I'll take Namaskaram, Pada Namaskaram, I said. He okayed it, and then I touched his feet. And as I was doing Namaskaram, he went away in wheelchair. That was the last time I saw him. Later on, I heard the next year in April that he is no more. I was hearing that he was hospitalized and everything. When he left his body, I called Sushila Magaru and all. No, Shobha, you cannot venture to go. The very rush is so much that you'll be lost. You pray from there, I was advised. And however philosophical you are, the body attachment is there. The divinity dwelled in that body for a long time. I used to go for every small and big problem to Swami and sit there till he calls and then ask him silly questions also. And then when he answered, I used to come back happily, that much. I never asked for anything, any materialistic thing, but if I had some problem with anybody, I have this problem and I have the project, what do I do? If everything was good, why you alone, he used to say. If maintaining a project, if doing a project is such an easy job, why you alone? Anybody can do, he said. And that shut my mouth, actually. Yeah, everybody will do if it is easy. So that Swami who used to give me solace when I was young and who used to console me if I am sad, in whom I felt a father and mother and guru and a friend, is no more, I felt. For a while, there is no source, seen source. Later on, by His grace, even it pinches me even to this moment that I cannot talk to Him physically, but He is all pervading. He is filled in every atom. His energy is everywhere. His grace is everywhere. It's available. It is His grace that planned today's program. It is His grace that made me to build that temple. It is His grace that sang through me. So I realize now He is not confined to a body. He's all pervading. His grace is there. I must see Him in everyone. I must love Him. Love all, serve all is His basic principle, prime principle. And I must try to love everybody, serve everybody. That's what I feel, Lakshmi Garu.
That's a profound answer and a profound upliftment for all of us. And hopefully, I know it's been very difficult for many of us also to transcend, because like how you said, you're so attached to material and the physical body, which is nothing but, an amalgamation of the Pancha Mahabhutas. But then we have to transcend them and then get to our higher self. And it's not easy. It's another Mount Everest that each one of us have to climb. And then so glad that we have here a role model in you that was able to transcend that. And like how you rightly said, he is now merged with the cosmos, which means he's more available to us than he was previously. Thank you so much for that answer, sister. Okay, now I'm going to shift gears. Do you believe that Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba and Venkateshwara are one and the same? You have done enormous work on the life and the studying of Saint Annamacharya, who was an ardent devotee of Venkateshwara. Over to you, sister.
You mind a long answer?
Yes, that would be wonderful, because long answers always have so many lessons for us.
I was a staunch devotee of Lord Venkateshwara. One time it so happened that my elder sister and my dad had been to Puttaparthi, maybe in 1981 or 82, I don't remember properly. My sister went to Puttaparthi to ask Swami for admissions for his son and daughter in the school, Swami's school. My father just escorted him, and another younger sister went to Puttaparthi along with them to seek his blessings as she was preparing for, civil services. They came back after 4-5 days. My father told me, Papa, Swami wants you to go to Puttaparthi. He wants you to do something connected to music there. And I thought my father is trying to boost my morale because I was really in a lot of difficulties at Tirupati. Then I was thinking whether to stay on with the job there or to quit it and go away because it was such a sensitive issue for me. And I went to my younger sister and asked, what did Swami say? Then she too told me, I know we both had been with our own requests, but Swami told Dad, you have a daughter. She is working in Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanams. She has a lot of pain at heart. Please ask her to come to Puttaparthi. I'll give her a place here. She can work on music, she said. He said. I thought she is also prompted by my dad. Later on, I went to my sister who used to live opposite to our house. Then I said, Ramaka, what had happened? You had been to Swami. Yeah, first of all, he inquired about you. He told Dad that you must send your daughter to Puttaparthi. She is struggling very much there. She has a lot of pain at heart. I was forced to believe what they told me. And then, but those days, I was a staunch devotee of beautiful form of Lord Venkateshwara, and I promised him that I would globalize Anamacharya Sankirtana, and I wanted to keep up my word. And if I go to Puttaparthi, I'll be asked to sing Sai bhajans. I don't mind doing, I happily can do, but how about my commitment to Lord Venkateshwara? I was thinking. That is immaturity, but I thought so then. Then I quit my job and came to Hyderabad. One day, my father came to my office and said, I was selected as project officer at Hyderabad Ramadas project. That was Bhadrachalam Devasthanam sponsored project. I renamed it as Ramarasavahini, giving scope for all the Vagyakaras, and I was heading the project. One day, father came to me and said, hey, Papa, look at me. I want to get you married and get back to our village. How long can we stay in this city? Me and your mother, we both want to go back to village. You get married. Marry either this fellow or that fellow. He was suggesting. I was of the opinion that marriage would hamper the spiritual sadhana. And I gave a deep thought, however much I ask, Lord Venkateshwara is not speaking to me about this. They say that Satya Sai Baba is an avatar. Let me go and talk to him. If he can answer, I'll follow him. So just this thought came. I went back home. I booked my ticket in Jabbar Travels. Then I booked another ticket for my sister-in-law. She came with her small daughter along with us. And then we proceeded to Puttaparthi. Every morning and evening, we used to go for darshan. That's the time when Swami would call for interview. I was anticipating for one interview, Swami, I used to write a song, give it to him, whether I was in the first row or second or third or fourth. He used to receive it with a small smile on his face. And one of the songs I remember, Na Pilupu Inipinchana, Sai Marikasta Shruti Penchana. Sai, could you listen to my call, or should I raise my pitch? Is the meaning. That song I gave him. And secondly, I wrote one song. Nanu palukarinchite ముత్యాలు రాలున దర్శనము సగితే నా దిష్టి సోకున అలవోకగా నీవు అడుగులిడిపోతావు అవతారమూర్తివే ఆంతర్యమెరుగవా. Hey Swami, if you talk to me, do the pearls fall down? It's an idiomatic expression in Telugu, pearls falling down if one speaks. ముత్యాలు రాలటం. దర్శనము సగితే నా దిష్టి సోకున. If you stand before me, giving darshan to me, do I cast bad eye on you? Dishti, bad drishti, what do you call? Buri nazar bolte hai na?
Evil
Bad
eye,
eye.
casting an evil eye on others.
Casting evil eye. And అలవోకగా నీవు అడుగులిడిపోతావు. You walk out so nicely and stylishly before me. You are an avatara murti, you are an avatar. Don't you know what is there in my heart? You say, you claim yourself to be God. If you are God, become one Sai Baba to each devotee and talk to them. What is their problem? Otherwise, stay like a human, like Rama. We don't question you. But you say you are God and you don't talk to us. What is this justice? I used to ask in the songs. He received all the songs with a small smile. One day my brother came from Bangalore to take us away. Come, we'll go, he said. Give me last chance, I'll try and go and sit. Me and my sister-in-law sat together. Usually Swami comes from ladies' side, goes to gents' side and goes away to room with people whom he called for interview in Puttaparthi. At that time, he made 1.5 rounds. He came back to ladies' side and just looked at me for maybe 20 seconds. My sister-in-law was excited. Hey, Swami is going to call you, she was saying. I too felt so, that he was looking at me, he would call me, I thought. He just turned and went away. He didn't call me. I was so disappointed, but one good thing I did was, I didn't scold him that he didn't call me. I thought, I'm not ripened. My fate is not ripened to meet Swami. I'm not eligible yet to meet that divinity. I thought, and with a disappointed heart, I returned back to Hyderabad. But to my surprise, that was Wednesday night and early hours of Thursday. And Swami was saying, I'm standing here. If I reveal, you'll be frightened. That's why I'm not revealing myself, he was saying. And I was getting intense deep smell of vibhuti. And Swami said, such and such year, such and such month, such and such date, you're going to marry this man. And I'm not able to see that man. Just he said the date. And I got up. It was a dream that felt like reality. And I told my sister, me, both used to sleep in one room. She said, maybe you are going to get married shortly, she said. Okay, we laughed off and slept off again. It so happened that one of my uncles, my elder sister Usha's father-in-law, happened to see Nandakumar Garu, my present husband. He's the only husband, present, past, or future. But presently he is my husband. I mean to say, then he was not my husband. He saw him and said, "This gentleman suits our Shobha very well." And then he spoke to my sister that she must call me to Madras. Those were the days I was struggling hard to establish. I didn't have a telephone also in the house. So somebody brought the news that my sister is going to call me in the evening. So I went to my friend's house and she called me, said, "Somehow you try to come, otherwise this uncle will make my time miserable. Please come," she said. They sent a flight ticket and I went and I saw him. And fortunately, when my mother-in-law asked me to sing a song, knowing that I'm a singer, I sang "Na Pilupu Vinipinchana Sai Mari Kasta Shruti Penchana," the one which I wrote at Puttaparthi during my days waiting for his grace. And all these things have happened. I came back to Hyderabad. Okay, finally I said, oh, my uncle tried to convince me that I must marry. If you ever talked about Annamacharya to Nandakumar, I'll break your legs, he said. So men will get turned off if women are committed to some cause. That was the notion he was holding, which was partially true then. And then, of course, I gave my first album to Mr. Nandakumar that I shouldn't be bluffing to him, that I am a singer. I gave an album and came back. I didn't decide in mentally yet that he is going to be my husband or something. Meanwhile, my uncle called my parents to Madras to see Nandakumar Garu. And my parents were such a simple people, they didn't even try to know whether the dates are convenient to me. They fixed the dates for marriage and came to Hyderabad and told us that these are the dates fixed for your marriage. My younger sister was shocked. "Hey Shobha, did you see these dates you told that day when you had the dream? Same dates they fixed and came." Partially why I agreed for marriage was same dates were told by Swami to me in the dream, and the same dates my parents are telling me. So this is the thing. After that, somehow in 1989, as my fortune was ripened or Swami's grace fell on me, he gave me an interview and so many things happened in that first interview. I went along with my husband, and in the first interview itself, I was doubting at heart, are you really God? Are Jadugar? Are Siddha Purusha who has Siddhas under his control? What are you? I was questioning at heart. And he said, that was the beginning point of my faith in him. ఎంత మాత్రమున ఎవ్వరు తలచిన అంత మాత్రమే నీవు అన్నాడా మీ అన్నమయ్య? He said. I didn't say one word, he said that. And those were the days Annamacharya songs were not so popular. It was in 90. And particularly this song was not that way popular. Maybe Adivo Alladivo, Tandana Nahi, they were there in my first album. But this song, I was surprised, and how come Swami could read my mind and answer through a song of Annamacharya, through a line of Annamacharya. And he also told my husband, she has been doing this service out of commitment. She is not doing for fun. She is feeling very bad with your words, very pained at heart. Just encourage her a bit and just see how she works, he said. How come all these things Swami knows? I never revealed, or he never revealed. And later on, he told me that he'll make me sing in his birthday in the year 90. And I was so happy. He materialized a ring and gave me. And I came out that I'm going to sing for his birthday. I was thinking that a communication would come from Swami asking me to sing for his birthday. Then our landlord was a very staunch devotee of Swami. His name is Ranga Rao Garu. He is no more now. He said, Amma, you should go and get the date done. In my view, if you happen to sing during Jhola Seva, when Swami swings in the Jhola, if you sing, it will be like Vaikuntham. Swami sitting in the Jhola and swinging. As you sing, it will be a wonderful experience, he said. And I was thinking I must sing only in Jhola Seva. Then I went to Whitefields again. I came to know he was in Whitefields. I went to Whitefields. And after going there, my mind is thinking differently. I thought I must ask Swami to reveal himself. To reveal his Vishwarupa to me. As I was thinking, Swami called me for interview, and in the interview he came giving vibhuti to all, and he gave to me also. I stretched my hand, but I was trying to frame my words. What should I speak to him? I was thinking. And vibhuti fell down. He said, Dunnapota. Kindava, he said. Hey, Dunnapota means, you know what is Dunnapota? Dunnapota means...
He's a he buffalo.
Yeah, it fell down, he said. Then he went back and sat in the chair. Shobha, who is Ramanujacharya, he said. That was the time when I got Samastrayanam done at Sri Rangam, and I was too much involved in Sri Vaishnavas. So, who is Ramanujacharya? Said Swami, they say that he is brother of Rama. Then Swami said, do you know whom Rama always thinks of? Praise Shiva. And you know whom Shiva prays? Vishnu, Rama. Ni vibhuti, ni namamu, ee vibhuti rendu okate. Your namam and this vibhuti both are one and the same. And beautifully he went on teaching me ekatvam, unity, this way. And he said, after speaking, after the interview, he takes people inside one room, and then he talks there. Then I said, Then he said, "Em kavala bangaru, what do you need?" I said, "You know what is there in my heart, Swami? వస్తాది కొంచెం డిస్టర్బెన్స్ ఉండాది అది పోతే వస్తాది." He said, "You'll get it. A little more disturbance is still there. If it goes, you'll get it," he said. I was asking for Vishwarupam. He said, "Mental disturbance has to go." What a fine understanding. I'd never asked in words. It was in my mind. He could understand, and he said, "Once you get rid of this mental disturbance, you'll get it." And then I said, "Swami, you asked me to sing for his birthday. Sing for your birthday. Can I sing on Jhola Day?" He asked me, in fact, to sing on 22nd. I said, no, I want to sing on Jhola Day. That day, Susila, Ramakrishna, and so many others are singing. It will be packed. 22nd, you can sing alone. But anyway, since you want on Jhola Day, you can also sing on Jhola Day, he said. I was happy. And as I came out, there was an American sitting against a wall and crying like anything. And said, "Chudu, etla dance chesta undo. See how she is dancing," he says. Her crying, he addressed it as dancing. And then he materialized a bracelet, silver bracelet, and he came towards me and showed, "See, your Krishna has come," he said. And Gopala Krishna in this posture with flute, crossed leg. He was there on the bracelet, and I thought he was giving it to me. And I almost stretched my hand. "నీకు కాదులే ఇది ఆమెకు, నువ్వు పుట్టపర్తికి రా, నీ వెంకటేశ్వర స్వామిని ఇస్తాను." He said, no, it's not for you, it's for her. You come to Puttaparthi, I'll give you your Venkateshwara. I was thinking he might materialize a small Venkateshwara's Vigraham and give it to me. And then it never happened. He never gave me Venkateshwara statue or Vigraham, small idol. One day it so happened that in Whitefields only, he asked me and Sushila to sing that evening in the program, the next evening. And he made Anjali Devi Garu in charge of the program. You must see that they rehearse with students and sing the next evenings. And I went to the rehearsal. Sushila Garu also came and Anjali was there. The students were playing the instruments. Sushila Garu was practicing. And all of a sudden, Swami came in. Swami came in, sat in a kuchi, in a chair, and then said, "Shobha, nuvem paata paadtunnavu? What is the song you are singing?" he said. I couldn't sing. Leave apart singing. I couldn't talk. Tears were rolling from my eyes because I addressed a song to Lord Venkateshwara. ఏ పాట పాడమని నీవు నన్ను కోరేవు, ఏ పాట పాడమని నీవు నన్ను కోరేవు, సాహితే మరతును స్వరమునే మరతును, మరపురానిదే అనురాగమే పొంగి పొరలి రాగమై నీకోసమే నీ పాడగా ఒసరి వింటావని, హృదయ వీణ శృతి చేసి ఉన్నానురా, మనసే మందిరము నీకు గోవింద స్వాగతం ఎదురు చూసి కాచె కనులు గోవింద స్వాగతం. I'm not in voice yet. I tried to sing. You know, Swami Venkatesha, I don't know what song you want me to sing. I might forget the lyric. I might forget the tune. But there is one thing I cannot forget, Anuragam. That is the love. And that is surging out of me. Pongi porale ragamai. That is surging, that is coming out like ragam, like a tune now for you. If I sing Posari Vintavani, sing one more. Posari ante, it's like coaxing to sing, give one more song. Posari Vintavani, I tune the veena of my heart and waiting for you. This was the lyric I addressed to Lord Venkateshwara, and when Swami came and said, what song you sing now? I just remember that and tears were rolling down. And so many songs which I expressed to Lord Venkateshwara, Swami answered those songs, those feelings, those requests. And so in one of my interviews, in early interviews, I said, Swami, Meeru Ramudu Krishnudu Okate Avatarama Swami. Are you the same, Rama and Krishna? Neekenduku అనుమానం వచ్చింది బంగారం? Said, why did you get this doubt? అట్లా అయితే నాకు అనుభూతిని ప్రసాదించండి స్వామి. He kept his hand on my head and said, definitely you'll get it. And today, Lakshmi Garu, I tell you, somehow I feel when I'm body conscious, I feel Swami, this is Venkateshwara. But I go into meditation, all of them become one. And there is no difference of form to me now. But then it was. I never used to sing Shiva's songs after I took Samasrayanam. But on his birthday, I sang on Lord Shiva, combining Swami and Shiva. Like that, he taught me Ekatvam, unity of forms. Did I elaborate much?
No, it was just beautiful with so many lessons, and wrote that whole answer that you gave. It was really very profound. And then we're all extremely so blessed. And I thank you so much for your valuable time. And you're really shining with a lot of Sai love. And then you're shining your love on all of us. And then there are so many takeaway lessons for us. And I'm sure all the Sai sisters that have heard you will benefit from this. And once again, I'm extremely grateful to you and your staff, particularly Ramana Garu, for working with me, and also for you sparing your valuable time when you are so busy yourself. I just saw that multi-day Kumbhabhishekam invitation, and there are so many spiritual masters that have been invited, so many divine souls that have been invited to sing.
I take this opportunity to invite all the Sai brothers and Sai sisters to come and bless on this auspicious occasion of, Kumbhabhishekam, Shikhara Pratishtha. And this is a very noble, very sacred event that's happening at Annamayapuram. All of you, please come. Enjoy thank you for this opportunity, Lakshmi Garu.
Thank you so much, sister.
Sharing my Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Loving Sai Ram, dear sisters, Dearly beloved, we are so grateful to our beloved Lord, Sai Mother, for bringing us together for this special retreat on Shine with Sai Love. We would like to especially thank Lakshmi Ji for bringing this program together so beautiful as his divine instrument, and the special guest of Sister Jenny Maharaj, the president from South Africa, for your presence today and your attendance. My name is Jan DeSanti. I am Region 9 Inside Soul Sisters Peer Enrichment Group co-lead, Region 9 Devotion Coordinator, and a lifelong educator and lover of SSEHB. Sairam, welcome everyone. So we had a beautiful program today, starting with Sister Purna, who inspired us so much to climb the peak of our lives with courage, determination, perseverance. She causes us to ask, what is our peak? And she shared with us that overcoming fears of advancing education through your passion, bringing children along with you, giving back to the community with your gift and your talent, and how there are many mountains in our lives. We just have to go to the right ones for us, never give up, tap into our support system, and create the vision of our lives in purpose and mission. And then we were gifted with this amazing, empowering, special initiative, Talk with the Doc, that will give us each as sisters support, guidance, and the awareness for making health choices that benefit us for the highest good. And we also will be supported in our region by doctors who can share that awareness and get us to the right support. That is something we all should be looking forward to. As women, health management is key to everything else in our lives. And then we were blessed with Sister Shobha Raju, she gave us many different lessons. And Sister, we do hope that you write that book on your life experiences. It would be valuable input for all of us. The lessons of reading Bhagavad Gita, not only reading Bhagavad Gita or singing the songs with the lyrics, but actually understanding and knowing the meaning of what that is. That's most important. And practicing CIA, that constant integrated awareness into our lives, knowing that meaning, living that meaning, practicing that meaning. And when we don't get what we want, like the emergency quarters at the train station, how Swami turns it around and blesses us with the real emergency quarters, which is Him. With Him, He brings us back with Him, alive in our hearts, wherever we are. And He teaches His omniscience, His omnipresence, that He knows our every thought. He knows our every need. And He blesses us in divine time. Not so much with what we want, but what we need, what helps us to be our best version of ourselves. And when we want to sing for Him or share our gifts or talents, He is patient with us because He brings us opportunities for transformation, to be thoughtful and reflective and to think about what that means. and what it would take to be our best, like having mental stress. When we are under mental stress, how it takes us off the path to our peak, to reaching our peak. And once we surrender to Him in that way, and we are calm and we have that faith, He knows our inner hearts, our needs, the gifts and talents He's given us to reach them and to live them fully in purpose for transformation. Then we all return to the truth of why we're here, shining inside love in every way, using our gifts, our talent, our purpose, the roles that He's positioned us to play, to be transformed and to be our best. And as Sister Purna put it, to create 1,000 more of those who follow, who lead their own lives. They follow Him, His teachings, His love. May it always be so. May we shine with Sai love today and evermore. Loving Sai Ram.
May the love we're sharing spread its wings, fly across the earth, and bring new joy to every being that is